Okay, now as you all know, I have not attacked Dutchsinse or anyone else. That's not how I roll. All I am about is giving people the truth as I potentially see it, and then show it to people to see if they verify it and, of course, agree or not. And if they don't agree, show me evidence why you don't. Show me some facts, whatever. And I may have to change my mind, and I will. I don't have an ego. I don't have that problem that a lot of people do have. So you'll never see any of my videos where I really attack somebody or get real pissed off on something. I don't do it. So anyway, I did a video again, second video regarding Dutchsinse and his harp rings, and showed one about Minot Air Force Base, and about this big harp ring or whatever. So the the previous video I did was actually on the screen you see now. This is Dutch's. This is what I first did a video in response to this one, and the image you see right now, which is this circular ring here, you're going to hear him say where it's at. And when I did my video, somebody said, "Hey, well, I didn't see an airport over there, so what's up with that?" And I think there was an airport nearby, but not exactly perfect in the center of that one. But every single other one, you can actually start to see them on the screen here too. And they're right where these airports are. So I started looking back at this one, and by that time, I'd already uploaded my other video. Someone messaged me and said, "Listen, go to," and he told everybody in his comment on my video, "Go to Weather Underground, check out the radar, and you will see where the radar, I guess, towers and whatnot are. They show you the circular signature, exactly where they are too." So I was like, "Oh, cool. Now I can go back to that one specific ring, which is this one, by the way. I think that's one he's about to get on, where there wasn't exactly an airport right on the right spot. And the one that was nearby, I think, was kind of a small airport. Not that that really matters, whether it's small or big airport. But I'm going to back up a little bit here on his video and let you hear where he says this one is. And then I'll show you something.
Between Jackson and Hardshell.
Now he's saying it's in between Jackson and Hardshell. Okay, so on Weather Underground site, which is right here, weatherunderground.com/radar/map.asp. I'm going to click exactly where he just said, and look. You can't see it yet, but here's Corbin. And once I saw this, I said, "Oh yeah, this is that one." So let me zoom in now. Now keep in mind, here's your ring. This is the ring in question. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit so we can see some more counties and cities. And woo, what do you see right here to the left? Now remember, he said it was between Jackson and Hardshell or Hardship, whatever it was called, which isn't exactly on this map, but I've already looked it up on Google Earth. It's basically nearby, which is what he says. It's right around Jackson, is what he said. This is the epicenter of this radar system, regardless of if there's an actual airport dead in the center or nearby. What this shows is that there is a radar here located on some property somewhere that the either government, weather services, etc. use, and is exactly a shape of a ring. So, having said that, let me back out to the main map, and we will go back to his video. And this is the one he did on the 18th, 5/18/2011 is when Dutch uploaded his video. So I'm going back to that, and I'm just going to move the scroller now till we get up to Ohio real quick. I'm not doing every single one of these. I don't have the time, and most people don't want to sit here and watch me waste too much of the time, because I guess, "Oh, make your video smaller, make your video smaller, you're taking too long." Okay, so you see this one up here, he's about to get on it, I think, in Ohio. And let me wait for him to go up there and zoom in. Let's see what we got. Okay, there's Cleveland. Okay, so that's where he's at right there. And he's showing this one up here. Right there, you can see the circle starting to form. So we back out. We'll just push play and let's listen to him.
North Michigan now. Look at this one.
Alright, so North Michigan, I actually didn't do the North Michigan when I did the one in Ohio. But let's take a look. You can already see my cursor. Guess where? See these little plus signs, the yellow ones and the white ones. It's saying down here, white is a NextRad station, the yellow is a TDWR station. Okay, so that's all the white and yellow means. You can already see without even having to watch me click this, you can already see where that plus is, right? So to tease you a little bit, let's just go back here and look where he's at. Look where this bad boy is. Let's zoom out a little bit. Remember that? Look at that image. There's the lakes, right? Let's go back to the other one. There's our two lakes, the Great Lakes, whatever, two of them, and we click here. And guess what you see here? You gotta be kidding me. No way, right? Impossible. That right where his cursor is, I don't know if you can see that too well, but this right where my cursor is, I'm touching his cursor, by the way. I'm gonna move it around just a little bit so you can see it. This is where he's pointing. I mean, he's down here, and technically the radar is right where my cursor is, according to the image. So, and again, he's saying in this general direction, you can't see a perfect ring in here. So he's just, as he always does, which is of course expected, is to say it's generally right here, you know, because it's hard to pinpoint, you know, down to the, you know, tiny area where the center is, obviously. So I'm not dogging him or anyone on that, but you know, he's saying it's right around here, and that's true. It is right around here, and it's not a perfect circle, so you can't put your finger dead on the center. But anyways, just a tiny, you know, where he's pointing is here, for God's sakes. Here's the dead center. So it's correct for him to say there's a ring here, and here's roughly the center. But it is even more correct, and now proof beyond all doubt, I have to say, that the radar stations, regardless if there's an airport or not, just it appears that more times than not there are airports there. And of course it would make sense you would have the radar right close to the airport or at the airport, simply because it is absolutely critical for airplanes who are coming and going, I mean, within seconds or minutes of each other all day long. They would have to know up to the date, immediate, best data, etc. of the airport. So where would you have your radar? At the airport. But again, that doesn't mean every single time you see a HAARP ring, it's going to be at an airport. I've been checking and checking and checking, and they have been. And someone yesterday, or the day before, whatever, had mentioned, what about that one down there, which I just ended up showing you, the first one I just showed you. And I was like, hey, yeah, there's an airport kind of close by, but not as close as I kind of thought. That would put it towards the epicenter. So, you know, whatever. So now I've figured out why. There's a radar station there. It's just not at the airport. And it is exactly in the epicenter of where Dutchsinse says it was. Has absolutely nothing to do with the HAARP ring. This is now officially debunked. And I use the word debunked because Dutchsinse will not come clean and even say I acknowledge there's something else possibly, or even to look at it. For God's sakes, Dutch, just look at it and tell me what you think. And for all you followers of Dutch and me, or maybe just Dutch, and now you're coming over here because I'm, you know, bad-mouthing him, so to speak, and I'm not bad-mouthing him, as I said. Maybe you've got more pull than me and many other well-known people on YouTube and on major, you know, conspiracy or alternative media forums. Maybe you guys have more pull since you're like his boys, you know, his real subscribers. Even though I am too. Maybe you guys can talk to him to say, well, what about this, Dutch? I mean, let's while we're here, the hell with it. Let's go back. Let's just randomly pick some other one here that he zooms into. I know one of them was in Ohio. That's the one we just saw a minute ago. Okay, right there. This is one of the ones he talks about. And let me just see what he has to say here.
And then here's the one that's really a telltale dome or bubble or cone, however you want to look at it. You can see it it's right out of Cleveland.
Okay, so it's right out of Cleveland, again, roughly, because he's not even zoomed in fully and you can't see a perfect circle. So let's just take a peek over on the weather radar at Cleveland and see what we can find. You got to be kidding me, right? If you're looking at what I'm looking at right now, either your jaw's hitting the ground saying, "Oh, wow," or you're starting to sweat and you're getting a little upset, and you probably want to badmouth me for exposing this, and you're just going through denial. Basically, is all that means. It's a normal human function. It's, you know, people go through it, and then after denial, you can get upset, you can cry, you can get mad, and then you face the truth and the facts, and then you get over it. It's a simple process, kind of like planting a seed in the ground. You plant it, it sprouts, starts to grow, it blooms, blossoms, starts to wilt and die, another cycle begins. It's the same thing when people look at something as the absolute truth. It's the first time I heard about this. It has to be the truth. And then you find out it's not the truth, but you believed in it for so long, or you believed in it so much that it is terrible and so hard for you to say, no way, I can't possibly believe anything else, even though the evidence has just destroyed what you thought was the truth. It is very common for you to go into denial at that point, get upset, and again, stay in denial. You will eventually get away from that, get out of denial, face the facts, say, yeah, I was had, or I believed in something that was not real, etc., 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 and then say, now I have proper data, this was fake or wrong, for however you want to look at it, and you move on with your life. You now have been able to dissect something that you thought was truth that wasn't truth, and you will use that as a tool as you go through your life process here of you know, trying to find the truth, trying to wake up. There's a movement going on. The fact that you are watching Dutchsinse's videos and mine and many others, you know there's something wrong with what you're seeing in life, within society. There's something there. You may not be able to put your finger on it, but you know it's there. You can tell it. You can sense it. You can even see it at times, but you're still not quite sure what it is, because everything you've been taught is starting to appear that it's been a lie or based on a lie, or a half-truth at best, and you're waking up. So now you've grabbed something that, oh my God, this is real, this is real, this is real. The government's doing it, oh my God, because it kind of fits with other, you know, corruption out there, and now I'm telling you it's not real. That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm not bad-mouthing Dutch. I actually like Dutch. I was a subscriber, more than likely, long before any of you probably listening to this video was a subscriber of his. I may say that, I'm pretty sure. Before he had even 1,000 subscribers, I was one of his subscribers. He now has over 20,000 people, most of which are pulled to him through this type of stuff he does with the harp rings. It is not harp rings. It has been completely debunked right now. I just destroyed it, not trying to cause a fight, not trying to cause an argument. I just provided absolute proof that it is wrong. So please tell Dutch to look at this video, my third video, and I'm going to have to say it's probably going to be my third and final video, because I don't have time, as they say, for silly little games. It's not my job to try to cause a fight or argument between two people, myself and Dutch, or myself and anyone else. I'm trying to wake people up to other things. Silver, gold, paper money collapsing, governments collapsing, the rioting in Greece. I knew, you know, I was one of the people too. I knew Portugal would be finished. I knew Greece would be finished. I knew Ireland was going to be next. I am telling you, and I even have videos up right now that I did a month, 2-3 months ago, whatever, saying the EU is done. It will be collapsing. Yes, and I even did a video that showed, you know, Greece said they're fine. They're not going to need a bailout. Absolute false. They're going to need one. Sure enough, he ends up saying, a PM says, yeah, we need a bailout. Next in line was actually, you know, Ireland technically, and then, you know, Portugal, whatever, around the same time. But Portugal came out, said the same thing. Oh, no, we're fine. Our books are fine. The economy's fine. Everything's fine. We're not going to need a bailout. Absolutely not. It's ridiculous. Sure enough, I commented then he's going to need a bailout. Sure enough, needs a bailout. While he's saying that, simultaneously, the prime minister or the whatever they call him in Spain, president, is saying the same thing. No, we're fine. We're fine. We're not going to need it. We're great. What are we hearing at today? There are massive rioting and unrest in Spain right now as I'm saying this nonsense about freaking harp rings and fake stuff. So anyways, that's all I want to say. Please get Dutch to check this out and, you know, make up your own mind is all I'm saying. So anyways, have a nice day.